Hi, my name is Nada, and today I'm going to show you guys how to create melodies, or how I create melodies, like the tools and methods that I use. I'm doing this because somebody on a 4chan thread said that they were having issues with their melodies and they wanted advice and tips on how to do it. So I decided to jump in and give him that advice and tips. Now, I just wanted to be straightforward with you guys. I'm not exactly the best teacher. I don't really know exactly what I'm doing, because I've never done this. But we're just going to dive into it. Hopefully you guys will learn something, maybe not. I just kind of doing like a whole Bob Ross type of deal. I'm not going to really show you practice things. This is kind of just like free-flowing moment here. One other thing that, a few other things I kind of wanted to mention is, I want you guys, while this video is going, if you guys are going to write melodies on your own at the same time, or if you guys are going to just kind of watch and whatever, or just don't give a shit, I want you guys, just life lesson here, doodle with your work. Do whatever you like, what sounds right or whatever. Just be free flowing. Again, Bob Ross type of deal. You don't know if it's a tree, if you don't know if it's a mountain, you don't know if it's a river. Just, start fucking painting, Okay. So, other thing is, for this lesson, we're going to keep things very simple. We're going to only use the white keys. We're going to avoid all keys such as majors, minors. I'm not going to get really specific about that. We're not going to touch the flats or the sharps, or whatever I like to call them, refer them to, which is just the black keys. We're just going to stick with the white keys in total, and that's going to be our scale. All right, first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get a VST for our sounds. So I'm just going to stick with whatever this is giving me, which is this. I'm going to lower some things for my own taste. That's really loud, so I'll turn that down. Okay, so let's go ahead and write 4 bars. So we have 4 bars right here. We need to fill it up with something. So I'm going to create something a little bit slower. And so I'll just create 4 bars of something or whatever. Okay, so we're going to use E, because I like E. And I'm just going to do it halves. So we're going to do 1 half and another half. So I'm going to do F. I'm just going to duplicate it. So one thing that I like doing, which I guess this is what a lot of people do, but it's, if you don't know it, this is your first time writing a melody or something like that, this is, add in your scale, which in our case will be the white keys, do every other note. So if I'm doing F, do, like, if you press A, and then C, and you can even do one even below that, which is, I think, D. Oops. Which is a lot better sounding than this. Anyway, so I'm gonna do A, C. So we have just basically 2 chords separated across 4 bars. We're going to use 2 bass notes. I'm going to use F, and then 2 notes below that, D. That's what it sounds like. Alright, so now we have 2 notes. So we have this. Let's create an arp out of it. So there's a bunch of ways you can create arps. Arps are pretty much the same notes that are going either descaling or upscaling, or it's just a pattern of some sort that seems to just follow through repeatedly. So we're going to create that. I'm thinking, I'm just going to use the same one here. I think I'm going to use, not that one. This works. That's really loud though. Okay, so we're going to create an arp out of this. Since our BPM is 130 and I didn't change it, we're going to go ahead and do this. No. We're gonna isolate this though to be its own thing. Alright, so now we have our ARP, but it's just like, the same top notes. The only thing that changes is the bass notes. So we can add variation to this. I really like this kind of ARP style because it's really easy to make those variations. So let's go ahead and paste this so that we have for visual purposes. Okay, so we're in 3. And I know I didn't really explain what I just did, but I just moved the top notes to whatever I felt was going right. So I felt like it'd be nice if it goes up, stayed in, and then like jumped up higher, went down a little bit lower, kind of went back to this middle section, and then went down. And the reason I wanted to go down is because it once goes up, it goes down. See, it's a visual representation. It goes up, and then it goes down, and it goes up, and it goes down, and then back up around. So one thing that you could do out of this is that you can create kind of a separate pad to it. Because before we just had these same notes kind of repeating. So if you wanted to create a pad out of that, it's this. And we don't want to do that. And besides, due to the more variations that we have right here, we can create a more specific pad to not just being just 2 chords separated into 4 bars. We can create 4 chords into 4 bars. So let's go ahead and do that. First, we've got to find a sound for it though. So, yay me. I'm thinking kind of a... Everything's loud. I gotta... Sorry, I apologize. I really like that sound, but I'm not feeling it. If I have to be frank with everybody. Alright, so obviously we gotta match the bass notes. You don't actually have to, but I'm doing it anyway. So, according to Herman's law, that's not a real thing, by the way. I just made that up. We just got to match the same notes. Doesn't matter where it is. Such as F. We don't, or let's say E, for example. We can keep F right here. But we can do E right here. We don't even have to do D. We can just keep this simple, just 4. Let's see what it sounds like right now. So we have something else here. And that derived from just this. Alright, but what can we make out of this, right? Because now we have a new shape. So since it go up, kind of like it sees it like stays center, goes up, kind of goes in upper center, and then it goes kind of lower. I say lower because even though this is up higher than this current top note, it has a heavier weight right here because of more notes, kind of giving that lower vibe. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get a lead. I don't know what lead we're going to do, though. God damn it, every time. Okay, sorry. Alright, so that kind of stays kind of a similar vibe or what there. It doesn't really vary too much. So I didn't like it being going down so much or whatnot. But yeah, so now we have, you know, our pad, we have our arp, we have our variant arp, we have our second pad, and then we have something, you know, something else. You know, And I'm not going to really go into the basses because basses could be really simple or they could be a little bit difficult. Personally, I like adding some variation to my basses. Sometimes I don't. It really depends. Like, I'll show you what I mean. I'm okay with this bass. So let me show you. So let's write it from this one. Okay, so I don't want to be genuine. I want to be Mr. Blubber. That sounds wrong. So this is a thumping bass. I'm in the wrong note. There we go. So you can keep it simple like this. Right? Now you can add a little more variation to it, so such as you can make this go one octave higher. You know, F and E just go so well together. They really do. Problem is when you get to the D part. I kind of like that. Let's see what that sounds like. Alright, so it says, see what it sounds like with this. So now we have a bass, we have like two pads, we have kind of a lead, and I'm not going to really show you exactly how to do leads because there's so many variations you can do with leads. They're super unique compared to everything else. Like we have our pads, this pad is our bass pad. We devote everything to this. This is the origin of everything that we have, right? And then we can make an ARP out of that, and we can make a variation ARP out of that, but the thing that's holding it together is these bass notes. And when we pull another pad, same thing with the bass notes. Like, it's all holding itself together, and besides, this was based off of the variation pad of that, and this gets really unique from this. Not gonna lie, some of it seems kind of similar, but even if you wanted to make it even a slower pad to it, it's weird. And then we have our bass. I guess some things that you could do is that leads like to follow top notes a lot. So you can even do like a bass lead. What I mean by that, it's a term that I just created. So if you try Googling it, I don't know what would come up. Loud as shit. Okay. Let's try. So a bass lead essentially is everything starts from the bass. And it doesn't exactly have to follow the same direction as everything. You can even just add that in there, see what that does. do that, I might as well make it go lower. Right, and you can even extend this if you want to, so we'll just copy this over. And so let's see, how does it sound again? So my vision by hearing just that, have it played through once, my mind again, I believe I showed you guys quite enough. But yeah, we have what, 5 patterns, you know? It doesn't seem right. I feel like we're missing one. We are missing one. We should have 7. There. So that's kind of how I create melodies. I do just doodle a lot to see what kind of happens. I have some kind of great little masterpieces that I've just done just by doodling. And just want to let you know, so at the very end of this video, I'll play kind of like a song that I made that I'm actually really proud of, but it basically follows the same stuff that I do right now. It starts off with just one pad that I made a long ass time ago, and from then on out, everything just derives from it. Even just little leads, they're all from pads that I created that came from an ARP that did this thing, that did this other thing. It's always right off from the previous thing, and you'll get a new direction. Just change up what you did previously and just move on. So instead of creating like your own little artwork or whatever, you could just, it's a transition. So we had our pad to our ARP to our other ARP to, well, I don't know, that's not an ARP, but that's something else. To our lead, I guess, to another lead, to our bass, to another pad. I mean, that's not exactly the direction that we had, but you get the idea. I use similar processes to like create other things. But yeah, hopefully you guys like this. Hopefully you guys this helps. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys subscribe. Not exactly for the tutorial, but you know, because you guys love me. Yeah. Also, if you guys ever want to buy me an RTX 380, I'll absolutely love you forever. I wouldn't know why you would buy me one, but if you decided to do it, Godspeed. Anyway, because I need a new computer so bad. I really do. Alright, anyway, you guys have a good one. Hopefully this helps. And have a lovely day.